Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round number 20 for the Brazilian Grand Prix at the Autodrome Jose Carlos Pace circuit in Sao Paulo. Of course, Brazil for the Brazilian Grand Prix. And sadly, this circuit, of what I'm aware, is going to be cut, or won't be on the calendar next year. So, yeah, technically, it will be on the game, obviously, but it won't be on the actual 2020 calendars. One of my probably more favourite Grand Prix. You know, it's certainly up there in my top 10 favourite circuits on the Formula 1 calendar currently. So yeah, it's a really, really good circuit. If I had to rank the circuits, as I say, top 3 would have to be Austria, you know, then I'd say probably Germany, Italy, or Belgium, Italy, one of the two. Like, really, really, like, Germany and Italy are very much on a par with each other, and obviously then Belgium would be then the next, obviously, one in line. But anyway, so we're here at the race circuit. Obviously, qualifying didn't go, practice didn't go too bad. It went okay, practice did. We had a bit of a gearbox issue, so we're probably putting a new gearbox. We won't take a penalty for that, pretty sure. In fact, we don't need to... Do we have a new gearbox? Oh jeez, we didn't really need a new gearbox in practice. Right now, I don't know what's happened. How long do we have? So we've only got a few minutes. So we've wasted literally all that time for nothing. Balls, and I hope we haven't picked up a penalty because of that. Right, anyway, so better go out in about then a minute's time. Might as well. How's the weather looking? Dry. Alright, let's go. We better be quick.
Okay, let's
right.
go.
This session has gone very bad. We've only got about a minute roughly remaining. Should easily make out. It's a short lap here. Average lap time 1 minute 10, you know. But a very long pit lane. Should easily make it around. I've got no problems about that. Just, we don't know where the car is. But anyway, gearbox is still the same, so we shouldn't have to take any penalties of what I'm aware. So we've got 47 seconds, doing one lap, so only got one lap to really get the car in the right place here. Alright, got to back off just a tad here. We don't want to be too close to the car in front. And then in a moment we'll just spring out this corner now, and here we go then, on our first of what hopefully will be a successful flying lap. Here, out of the final corner, take the shortest run to the line, up the hill, over the crest, then brake shortly afterwards, then downhill, off camber, through turns 1 and 2, through the Senna S's, as I call them, here at Brazil. Then, and we come into turn 4, this is where Vettel had his crash with Bruno Senna back in 2012, but came back to win the championship on the same day to beat Fernando Alonso to what was at the time both going for 3 championships. Was that the day Vettel destroyed Alonso's career? Then through that section here, now we come into what is effectively the most commitment corner, not quite flat just yet. About a second, 0.3 off the pace, going certainly wide there, so we need to hope that didn't affect us too much. We're going to be like 2 seconds down. I'm not sure where we got. Are we through? No, we're not. 20th. I feel like that final corner really affected us there. And that was not... We were nowhere close. I know we did like a 110. So, as we came into the final sector, we were 1.3. So we were right on the cuff. But then I do think we did lose it in the final sector. So, yeah, not great. And we're out of quali for what is now another time. Very disappointing there, though. We didn't even get anywhere close. 2 seconds down. That's the second time in a row now where we've been out qualified by our teammate, sadly. So, again, not great. We can't be happy with that, of course. We're very disappointed, in fact. But, at the end of the day, it's only qualifying. No points are awarded for quali, as you guys know. But, yeah, I just feel like that final corner, we did go out wide onto the curb, couldn't quite get down the power how we would liked. I'm not saying we would have gone through,
a better session, but
yeah,
things happen from time to time.
So not great, of course. It's going to be a dry race, however, which is good. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we can come back. Raikkonen's got a 5th place grid penalty, so we're going to be probably starting P19 now after that. So that's obviously one good factor, I guess, already. We're starting a bit further up then already. We're already gaining positions before we've even started the race. So
top 15 finish needed today.
Right.
Top 15 finish.
So, in fact, we're starting P18, which is better than I certainly qualified. Teammates starting P13. So, obviously.
Okay, how was the pull away? You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well.
So yeah, obviously going now on our formation lap. So the aim is, I think, like race engineer said, top 15. I think we can beat our teammate. I just feel like it was a bit of a messed up quali. That was very messed up. It wasn't our best qualifying performance this season yet. But of late, we haven't really done an amazing job in quali. Our best position, you know, I don't know whether maybe you know, it could be something to do with maybe the practicing, not practicing with the controller. Maybe I've sort of lost a little bit of pace, possibly. I don't think it is, personally. But anyway, got a chance here in the race though today. We got a chance. Starting P18, which isn't bad considering where we qualified. We were only a short field off the pace. We weren't too bad off the pace. Right, anyway. Should be any minute now and we should be starting the Grand Prix. The 5 red lights, come on. It's lights out and away we go then for the Brazilian Grand Prix. It's been an okay start by us. We haven't made a bad start, only losing so far the 1 position to Kimi Raikkonen, who just jumped us off the start. Just a tad, now getting outperformed by Kevin Magnussen, who goes round the outside. So that's us down back into 20th, more or less where we actually qualified now. So it is obviously about though finding the time. Want to keep nice and clean in these first few laps. Don't want to be too you know, aggressive, but don't want to also lose touch. And we're now gonna retake P19, hopefully. Go round the outside. Can we do it? Yes, we can. So that's P19 now back, and we're going to now try and get P20. Kimi Raikkonen does bang into me, and his wheels just sort of attached to my car. Obviously that's sort of forced me wide a little bit, sort of taking out one of the bollards, but we're still hanging on in there, and that's us up into 18th, and that was a very audacious mistake that was. There. Right. Just rewind. Sort of didn't turn in, or didn't attempt to turn in, which was odd. Anyway, Raikkonen got the engine power in that Ferrari, obviously, or Ferrari powered Alpha. But now we're going to have a slipstream. Our engine ain't maybe quite as powerful as a Ferrari in a straight line as these two battling. Obviously this is an engine powered circuit mainly, so the engine could be quite a dominant factor today. Can we go around the outside? We'll have the inside for the next corner for sure.
Good job, nice overtake.
Back up into 19th, so battling here right now for the wooden spoon, effectively. So now we're coming into final sector. Raikkonen's going to have a bit more speed.
To use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone.
So going to have DRS, but same with Raikkonen, having a epic scrap with Kimi Raikkonen here. Going to go bit to the outside, hit the outside line just for the later braking. And whilst myself and Kimi are battling, this is sort of allowing others to get away here. Obviously P19 right now in the Grand Prix. Grosjean's up next, but obviously he's got the Ferrari powered engine, just a bit more power in that Ferrari, certainly down the straights by the looks of it. And we haven't upgraded our car since, really, I don't think it was Italy or Singapore the last time upgrade was on our car. We've been focusing on now building up resource points for next season to just give us a bit more oomph into next season sort of thing, so we can be there fighting for points at the start of next season. The gap to teammates only 1.8, engineers told me, so not too far despite he's out-qualifying me. Getting in the races, look like I have better race pace than my teammate, which is good. Here we go. On Grosjean, Grosjean does leave a room. I'm not going to be quite able to get around the outside. Our balls, really, that was my fault there. I absolutely ballsed it up. I was trying to go for the cutback just like that, but then I, for whatever reason, will accept it like that. But for whatever reason, I just didn't leave myself any room to do the cutback in itself. So very odd. That's very uncharacteristic, I guess, as mistakes go. But anyway, what lap we put in? Lap 10. Geez, so this, we're stretching these tyres out for quite a long time. I would like to come in actually a bit before lap 10.
Increase ERS deployment to overtake mode.
Alright. But I think we'll... Why are they braking like idiots? idiots there. Like, they're going so slow through there. That certainly wasn't my fault. They're just crawling around. Like, you have to go 50 miles per hour in that corner, despite you can take it around 60 or 70. Alright, let's start upping the tempo. I'm gonna now take all of these guys. It's about time I start getting a move on in this race. We're gonna go slow, let's take them. Next Norris, come on. What on earth was that?
Horse caution. The safety car is out. Keep an eye on the Delta. We need to keep...
Some idiot hit me in the rear. What on earth happened? It was Grosjean, so... Oh no, it weren't Grosjean. Sorry, it was Raikkonen. So we move across and he can see that. He must have got excellent drive out of there. Jeez, we slam into the side. So, more or less we take out half the field. Well, that was fundamentally epic.
Okay, copy that.
We're gonna take the opportunity to take a pit stop. It's free anyway, so might as well just take it. Should be able to gain positions here. Well, that was quite
Exit now. You'll be racing
annoying.
to leave the pits.
Like,
Go, go, go.
I don't really know who fault that was. I feel like part of it was mine,
No more scheduled pit
but
stops.
a part of it was Kimmy's, because Kimmy, like, Kimmy should have been able to see what we were doing. I guess we maybe should have used our mirror a bit more. But I honestly thought Kimmy wasn't that close to us at the time. I don't know, 50-50. We'll put it down as a racing incident. No one got a penalty, so I guess that means it is a racing incident. So safety car's out, obviously due to an incident involving us where Kimmy sort of plows into the side of my car and more or less plows me into the side of others' cars.
The car behind has boxed for the mediums. Car behind on the medium tyre.
We're still practically where we started, 18th. Got about 11 laps to go right now. We're on medium tyre, so should be able to get to the end from here. Safety car will probably just help us in that perspective. Alright, here we go. So, safety car should be in, I'm gonna say, some point in the next lap or so. just want to quickly check. I think safety car's coming in this lap. How many people have made a stop compared to how many people may have not made stops? So you can just work out. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 drivers still yet to make a stop. Now let's say, so that puts us in a net P8 if I'm correct. Soon as them lot make their stops. So we're in a net P8 here. Obviously the Mercedes, the Ferrari and the Red Bull are able to probably go long. And we are racing again then, and obviously in a net P8, so Ricciardo's in a net P7 effectively, let's imagine. So we're actually battling for possibly a decent result here, because whilst all those are gonna pull away, they're not gonna be able to pull out a pit stop worth of time, I doubt, in the space of 2 laps. So effectively we're in a net P8 here. Now make that net P7 if I'm correct. Hopefully I will be correct by the time we get to the end of it.
Let's turn up the ERS deployment and burn some of this energy.
That time we get moved on perfectly. Here we go, nice move done on George here. George does go defensive, but we take just enough of a racing line to get the move done, and we're now up into P15, so effectively we're in P5, but look how many coming. Verstappen does fastest lap of the race, or sorry, had fastest lap, so that's us now into 14th. So top runners should be coming in soon, but effectively we've gained from causing a collision, which is pretty sick indeed. Yeah. And pace on these mediums feels so much better. Running into the back of Perez. No DRS, of course. Gonna pick up though a slipstream. Perez makes a move on Carlos Sainz. Now the DRS is unenabled. Sort of had to factor in. What a blemmin' idiot pushing me into the wall there. He didn't really leave me much space, and yeah, we sort of gave him a love tap, and yeah, basically that came off worse for myself. Now, why the top runners in? Unless the top runners are... What a blemming idiot, trying to come on the circuit where he... So he goes wide, he goes off the circuit here. Look, he goes off the circuit and then tries and rejoins in a stupid manner. What a blemmin' idiot. If you drive yourself off the circuit, I swear this race is turning into an absolute shambles, where we're just crashing all the time and using flashbacks. Can't wait till it's off the calendar. Only joking, like... Literally no room, no quarter given. Like, I know it's a very audacious move, but in real Formula 1 they do give you a bit of room. as I say, if you force yourself off the circuit, you gotta rejoin safely. You can't just rejoin however you fancy and hope that you're okay and the guy next to you is okay. It's ridiculous, that is.
Alexander is in the pits.
Alright, in
Alexander
comes
in the
some
pits.
of the top lot now, so this is where we're gonna overtake people, and that's us up into P6. So, effectively we're in the points now, well and truly. So it's about hanging on to the points we've got. And that could be a shock win here, actually. Why does he keep on banging into me? What's his blemmin' problem? Can't he blemmin' drive the car? Is he disabled? So 2 Ferrari and 1 Mercedes is still yet to come in. This has been in terms of pace, our pace hasn't been bad. It's just racing. Like, for whatever reason, during the race today, everyone seems to want to hit us. Like, okay, yeah, we may have caused 1 or 2 of the incidents, but we haven't been driving into people.
Gap to car in front is 1.5 seconds.
So, one of the Ferraris is still yet to come in alongside one of the Mercedes. So, effectively, if my calculation is correct, we're fighting for the podium here. So Perez, just hold up Ricciardo a little bit longer.
Okay, batteries looking
We're in a
good.
podium
You can
fight.
use overtake to get past.
We're in DRS range now, which is good. Perez obviously been overtaken now by Daniel Ricciardo.
You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 per lap.
See, pace is good. Like, that's a fact. I think we can all agree today. Pace is like, compared to the Williams, or, you know, pace hasn't been bad. We're in P6 right now. This would be matching our best result of our career so far. P6 in China. Almost spinning ourselves off the road here.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
So Perez is next up. So if we get this position, that surely, unless, just want to check whether the top 2 stopped. In fact, sorry, they have. So we're actually fine for P5. So it won't be a shock winner today. It'll be either Mercedes or Ferrari, unless either one of them retires. So anyway, let's not focus on that. Let's focus on our race.
Power output will be less than optimum.
See, the thing is, also we got fuel mode, which we could play around with. I may use that now, in fact. Use a bit of fuel, burn it off, to try and get in this battle properly, but we're only a second away. Need to properly get in the battle here. Gonna turn down the ERS deployment. As soon as we're latched onto them, we can sort of follow. I feel like now's the time. We can turn down the ERS and now our engine mode. We're now sort of, how can you put it, latched on. But we're going to be getting slipstream now as well. We can now sort of fight. Not greatest exit there, so obviously that certainly not good. That won't benefit us. But still going to be more or less with them. Only half a second down. I'm going to try and make the move on laps 17 or 18 to give a very limited chance of them coming back. So I want to really follow here. That's my aim. Just follow. Save a bit of the ERS. Just keep them where they are. Obviously Raikkonen's just behind us. I know you may think if we get past we can get a podium, but in all honesty I don't think so. I don't really see any benefit of getting past. However, I may want to get past Perez now because he is falling away from Daniel Ricciardo.
Charge is high. Let's increase ERS deployment to up the pace.
Let's try and just focus on a passing point now. Unless he can get back past Daniel, which he may. Just go wait and see.
We're leading our teammate by 17.7 seconds.
If he can get past that Daniel, we'll give him time. Let's see. There you go. Again. Fighting. Right, we're not gonna give him any more time. We're gonna get Perez here. Now, time to make our moves and time to turn up the engine to its max. So, engine in maximum attack now. Hamilton behind us, coming through. So, want to now start pressurizing. Here we go on Sergio Perez down the inside. We've got the move done, and now next up is Daniel Ricciardo for P4. Let's go get P4 then. Hot lap mode is now engaged, so we're now literally maximum attack from here to the checkered flag, effectively. No more holding back. The pace of the car actually wasn't bad. Obviously we're also going for our personal best on this final lap in terms of lap time. What a stupid idiot am I. That is a stupid mistake, that was. I got onto this curve here where I know it unsettles the car, because I did this in the last game and then sort of drifted out wide. Let's try that again. Let's not get onto that curb as much. It's not that curb that unsettles the car, it's the actual curb before that unsettles the car. And I should have known what was going to happen there. I should have played it more smart. Right, we're gonna get past this lap on, like, not of the race, but for ourselves here. Let's see how much we can get. So P5, still best result of the career. I don't know, I feel like it's a fluke. A big fluke, but yeah. I don't feel like it was a... I don't know, I don't feel like it was a stellar drive. And that gives Sebastian Vettel the championship then. He is the world champion for a 5th time. So yeah, Vettel, world champion in Season 1
Mercedes have pulled off a great victory here today.
Very, very decent, solid job by Sebastian Vettel all season long. Has to be granted. Bottas wins another race again, and Mercedes have been very much the force in action in the recent races, the best team. But it doesn't mean that can't take anything really away from Sebastian Vettel, the man of the moment, of course, who's obviously done the best job. And there's Vettel celebrating his 5th World Championship with Ferrari, and to end that Ferrari drought after 11 years. First World Champion for Ferrari since Kimi Raikkonen back in 2008, and what a way to do it as well, on the podium as well, which ain't bad indeed. So, very much also close to winning the race, only 0.223 of a second behind, very, very close in fact. But yeah, as I say, the pace weren't bad today. We had the same pace as Renault's, which was okay. Just not a great race. The lap time was there, certainly, but yeah. Obviously we did do that lap on the last lap. Previously, let's have a quick look at what our best lap time was before that. A 1:12.2. So yeah, again the pace was roughly around the Renault's pace. Before that though, also 1:12 we did at 0.0, which would have been around Renault's pace of Ricardo. So we were really around Renault's pace today. Obviously we did our last lap flyer in them hot lap modes. But yeah, I don't know, just odd one. Very, very odd, I found. But P5, which ain't bad. That should move us up, I think, into 12th in the championship, if I'm correct.
Amazing
I'm not sure, we'll check in a minute.
I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. How did you feel when you saw your old rival from F2 have to withdraw from today's race?
So, yeah.
Did you struggle to get through all that traffic today? Your team must be ecstatic with how you're performing.
It's been quite
Do you think you were lucky
sportsman there.
not to end your race with that crash? Appreciate your time.
So, just answering questions there to the media. Hopefully, obviously, we'll get something. I must admit, the interviews have been slightly improved this year, where, you know, you do get to sort of comment on other drivers a little bit more, on rival performance and all of that, and on your previous F2 rivals and teammate as well. Right now, you know, we've chosen Lucas Weber as our rival, so yeah. Right now, Weber's actually winning the rivalry against us. We're still winning the rivalry against our teammate. 3-0 currently to myself against my teammate. Yeah, that obviously has given us a big increase there, which is certainly good. So, last race now of the season, more or less. We'll get into it, sort of thing. We're not going to play the last race. We'll do that tomorrow. So, the first race of the new season will be out, I guess, on Wednesday for season 2. So obviously share that news, I guess, you know, about season 2, the release date for it, of course. Excited I am for season 2, because obviously season 1's been good. I feel like there's still room to improve in season 2, certainly, and even though I think there's also room to improve, I do think, you know, we're going to have a much more competitive car for season 2, I would have hoped and hoping for. So yeah, there are positives, I think, coming for Season 2. Of course, you know, it's not going to be easy. Just want to have a quick look where we are right now in the drivers. So we're up into 11th. 1 point separates myself and Lucas Weber. So let's quickly have a look at the battles quickly here that are going into this weekend. That will be the defining factors. So let's first have a look. So constructors battle very much between Ferrari and Mercedes right now. Only what, 15 points separating them in the constructors, so that is going to be very important and very, very close. Red Bull shouldn't really be under any threat. Neither should really Renault, Racing Point, or Alpha or Haas. So it looks like then the next battle is between ourselves and Williams for what is effectively 8th place in the championship. So long we're not outscored massively, or we, you know, so long we don't lose too many points to Williams, we should hang on to P8. In terms of a driver's battle, well, there is a small battle, I guess, between the two Mercedes teammates for P2 and P3. Not really anything much behind them. I guess Red Bull also got a little bit of a battle to control there between Verstappen and Gasly for P5 and P6. Only 10 points there separating them two. A point between... well, actually, 10 points separate 9th, 8th and 7th. But only a point between Perez and Hulkenberg then there for 7th and 8th, of course. So that's going to be quite interesting. Then for 10th place, this is where things will be a bit more interesting. Only a point between myself and Lucas Weber, but only less than 4 points. 4 points between myself, Raikkonen, Magnussen and Lucas Weber then there, which is going to be certainly a very interesting one. The question is, can my teammates score points as well? Only a few points between him and Sainz, 3 points in fact. Another 4 points between Butler and Sainz. Sainz, I get, Butler and Stroll, that could be an interesting one. Also Butler and Norris as well. Stroll and Norris as well, that would be another one to watch out for. And Russell and Grosjean, obviously. Grosjean just ahead then there. So yeah, it's going to be quite interesting then. Final race of the season, I guess. There are certainly a few battles to still be decided up and down the grid, and we could finish as high as P10 or as low as P13. Personally, I wouldn't really mind to finish P11. I think that'd be quite nice. P11 would be great, you know. But what's interesting, I find, despite we have what you call it, more points than both Haas drivers. Both Haas drivers have consistently been better this season, and have more points in the constructors to finish P7, of course, which is quite nice for them. So yeah, as I say, so few battles there. Obviously, championships decided. The only other big prize still to be settled yet is the constructors, which is either going to go to Ferrari or Mercedes. My money's on Ferrari, I think. I don't know whether it will be Ferrari, but I think it will. Just by, you know, results. I don't see something drastically changing for Scuderia Ferrari. They've been pretty reliable this season, so yeah. Right, thank you for watching. Until the next time, I'm your host Julian, over and out. See you all next time.